In the remote mountainous regions of Pakistan, an ancient tradition continues to shape the lives of women, restricting their freedom and limiting their opportunities. For generations, these women have been bound by cultural norms that confine them to their homes, denying them the simple pleasure of venturing outside freely. This practice, deeply rooted in the fabric of local society, stems from a complex interplay of religious interpretations, patriarchal customs, and long-standing social expectations. The mountains, with their rugged terrain and isolated communities, have served as a natural barrier to change, preserving these age-old traditions despite the rapidly evolving world beyond. The impact of this custom on women's lives is profound and far-reaching. From a young age, girls are taught that their place is within the four walls of their homes. They are raised to believe that their primary roles are those of wives and mothers, little consideration given to their personal aspirations or potential contributions to the broader community. Education, a fundamental right and a key to empowerment, remains out of reach for many of these women. The prohibition on leaving their homes means that attending school is often impossible, perpetuating a cycle of illiteracy and dependence. This lack of education not only limits their personal growth, but also hinders the overall development of their communities. The consequences of this tradition extend beyond education.
Wow.
Women's health is significantly impacted, as access to medical care is severely restricted. Pregnant women in particular face heightened risks due to limited prenatal care and the challenges of reaching hospitals and emergencies. The isolation also takes a toll on mental health, with many women experiencing depression and anxiety as a result of their confinement. Economic opportunities for these women are virtually non-existent. Unable to work outside the home, they remain financially dependent on male family members. This economic disempowerment further reinforces their subordinate status within the family and society at large. The tradition's grip on these communities is so strong that it often supersedes national laws and international human rights standards. Despite Pakistan's constitutional guarantees of equality and freedom of movement for all citizens, these rights remain theoretical for many women in the mountainous regions. However, change, though slow, is beginning to take root. A new generation of women, exposed to different ideas through limited access to media and occasional interactions with outsiders, is starting to question these restrictive practices. Some are finding creative ways to pursue education and work within the confines of their homes. Using technology and remote learning opportunities, grassroots organizations and NGOs are also playing a crucial role in challenging this tradition. They work tirelessly to raise awareness about women's rights, provide education and skill-building programs, and offer support to those seeking to break free from these constraints. The Pakistani government, recognizing the need for change, has initiated programs aimed at improving women's access to education and health care in these remote areas. Mobile health units and home-based schools are some of the innovative approaches being implemented to reach these isolated communities. Yet the path to change is fraught with challenges. Deeply ingrained beliefs and fears of social ostracism make many women hesitant to challenge the status quo. Men, accustomed to their position of authority, often resist changes that they perceive as threats to their traditional way of life. The struggle for women's freedom in these mountain communities is not just about the right to leave their homes. It's a fight for dignity, equality, and the opportunity to fully participate in society. It's about recognizing that women's contributions are essential for the holistic development of their families, communities, and the nation as a whole. As awareness grows and more voices join the call for change, there is hope that future generations of women in these mountain regions will enjoy the freedoms that have long been denied to their mothers and grandmothers. The journey is long and challenging, but each small step forward brings these women closer to a world where they can freely step outside their homes, pursue their dreams, and shape their own destinies. In the remote villages nestled high in the mountains of Pakistan, life for women is a tapestry of challenges and traditions. This story takes us on a journey to one of the coldest inhabited places on Earth, where the harsh climate is matched only by the rigid social norms that govern daily life. As the icy wind whips through the narrow valleys, we meet the women of this isolated community. Their faces, weathered by the elements and etched with the stories of generations, tell a tale of resilience and endurance. These women are not free from the constant struggle against nature, battling freezing temperatures and treacherous terrain just to perform their daily tasks. The village, perched precariously on the mountainside, is a world unto itself. Here, time seems to stand still, and ancient customs dictate every aspect of a woman's existence. From dawn to dusk, they are bound by the expectations of their society, not free to make choices that women in more urban areas might take for granted. Education remains a distant dream for many girls in this remote region. The village school, a humble structure of stone and wood, stands as a symbol of progress, yet the path to knowledge is fraught with obstacles. Young girls often find themselves torn between the desire to learn and the duties that await them at home. They are not free from the burden of household responsibilities that fall squarely on their small shoulders. As we delve deeper into their lives, we discover that these women are not free from the constraints of early marriage. Many are betrothed while still children, their futures decided by elders who believe in preserving tradition above all else. The weight of expectation hangs heavy, as they are tasked with continuing the family line and maintaining the delicate social fabric of the village. The kitchen, a smoky haven at the heart of each home, is where women spend much of their time. They are not free from the endless cycle of cooking, cleaning, and caring for their families. The aroma of freshly baked bread mingles with the scent of pine smoke, a testament to their culinary skills honed over generations. Yet even in this domain, their choices are limited by scarcity and tradition. Healthcare remains a luxury in these remote parts. Women are not free from the worry of childbirth without proper medical facilities. The village midwife, a revered figure with knowledge passed down through oral tradition, is often the only hope for expectant mothers. The risks they face during pregnancy and delivery are a stark reminder of their vulnerability in this unforgiving environment. Despite the hardships, there is a quiet strength that emanates from these mountain women. They are not free from the bonds of community, which both support and restrict them. The village gatherings, alive with the chatter of women sharing stories and laughter, reveal a sisterhood forged in adversity. Here in the company of their peers, they find moments of joy and solidarity. As the sun sets behind the towering peaks, casting long shadows across the village, we reflect on the lives of these remarkable women. They are not free from the legacy of their ancestors, carrying forward traditions that have sustained their community for centuries. Yet, in small ways, they push against the boundaries of their world, dreaming of a future where their daughters might have more choices. The coldest mountain may be their home, but the warmth of their spirit is undeniable. These Pakistani women, though not free from the constraints of their environment and society, embody a resilience that is both humbling and inspiring. Their story is one of quiet revolution, fought not with grand gestures, but with daily acts of courage and perseverance. As we leave this village, clinging to the mountainside like a stubborn flower in the cracks of a glacier, we carry with us the indelible image of these women. They stand tall against the backdrop of snow-capped peaks, their colorful shawls a defiant splash of life against the monochrome landscape. They are not free, but they are far from defeated. In their eyes, we see the flicker of hope for change, slow but steady, like the melting of winter snow heralding the promise of spring. Step into the heart of rural Pakistan, where time seems to stand still in an ancient village nestled among rolling desert dunes. This captivating video offers a rare glimpse into the daily life of a woman in this traditional community, showcasing her unwavering dedication to her family and her craft. As the sun rises over the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, our protagonist begins her day. She emerges from her modest mud brick home, her colorful traditional dress a stark contrast against the muted tones of the desert landscape. With practiced ease, she sets about her morning routine, tending to the family's livestock and gathering water from the nearby well. The camera follows her as she moves gracefully through the village, greeting neighbors and exchanging warm smiles.
Oh.
Her weathered hands tell a story of hard work and resilience, a testament to the challenging yet rewarding life in this remote corner of the world. As the day progresses, we witness the woman's culinary expertise come to life. In the heart of her humble kitchen, she prepares a feast of traditional Pakistani dishes. The air fills with the intoxicating aroma of spices as she expertly combines ingredients passed down through generations. Watch in awe as she kneads dough for fresh flatbread, her movements fluid and precise. The bread is cooked to perfection on a traditional clay oven, its surface blistering and browning in the intense heat. Next, she tends to a simmering pot of aromatic curry, stirring occasionally and adjusting the seasoning with a practiced hand. The preparation of each dish is a labor of love, a reflection of the rich culinary heritage of the region. From savory lentil delace to fragrant rice pilafs, every recipe tells a story of cultural identity and family tradition. The woman's dedication to preserving these age-old cooking methods is evident in every careful step she takes. As the day wears on, we see the woman engage in other traditional crafts. Her nimble fingers work swiftly as she embroiders intricate patterns on vibrant fabrics, creating beautiful textiles that will be treasured for years to come. This skill, like her cooking, has been passed down through generations of women in her family. The village comes alive as the sun begins to set, casting long shadows across the desert landscape. Children play in the dusty streets, their laughter echoing through the air. The woman calls her family to gather for the evening meal, a moment of togetherness after a long day of work and responsibilities. Around the communal dining area, we witness the strong bonds of family and community. The dishes prepared with such care are shared and enjoyed, accompanied by animated conversation and warm laughter. It's a poignant reminder of the importance of family and tradition in this close-knit society. As night falls, the village settles into a peaceful quiet. The woman tidies up after the meal, her day's work finally coming to an end. She takes a moment to gaze up at the star-filled sky, a breathtaking sight unspoiled by city lights. This intimate portrayal of a day in the life of a Pakistani village woman offers viewers a unique perspective on a way of life that has remained largely unchanged for centuries. It's a testament to the strength, resilience, and rich cultural heritage of rural Pakistan. Through her daily routine, we see not just the challenges of desert living, but also the beauty and simplicity of a life deeply connected to the land and to tradition. The woman's unwavering dedication to her family and her community shines through in every task she undertakes. As the video concludes, we're left with a profound appreciation for the timeless wisdom and enduring spirit of these ancient villages. In a rapidly changing world, these communities stand as living museums, preserving customs and ways of life that might otherwise be lost to time. This glimpse into rural Pakistani life serves as a powerful reminder of the diversity of human experience and the universal values that connect us all. It challenges viewers to reflect on their own lives and appreciate the beauty and simplicity and tradition. From the mesmerizing desert landscapes to the mouth-watering traditional cuisine, every frame of this video is a feast for the senses. It's an invitation to slow down, to appreciate the rhythms of nature, and to find joy in the simple acts of daily life. As we return to our modern lives, we carry with us the lessons learned from this remarkable woman and her ancient village. Her story is a testament to the enduring power of tradition, the strength of community, and the beauty that can be found in even the most challenging environments. In the annals of Pakistan's rich history, a tapestry of ancient cultures and traditions unfolds, revealing a complex narrative of societal norms and gender roles. One striking aspect that has long captured the attention of historians and social commentators alike is the historical restriction on women's mobility in public spaces. For centuries, Pakistani women found themselves confined within the walls of their homes, their movements strictly regulated by a patriarchal society deeply rooted in conservative values. This practice, while not unique to Pakistan, was particularly pronounced in certain regions and communities across the country. The origins of this custom can be traced back to ancient times, intertwining with religious interpretations, cultural beliefs, and societal expectations. The concept of purdah, or seclusion, played a significant role in shaping these restrictions. Women were often viewed as the bearers of family honor. Their seclusion was seen as a means of protecting both their virtue and the reputation of their families. In many households, especially in rural areas and conservative urban neighborhoods, women were expected to remain within the confines of their homes, venturing out only under specific circumstances and always accompanied by male relatives. This practice was so deeply ingrained that it became an integral part of the social fabric, shaping the daily lives and experiences of countless generations of Pakistani women. The restrictions on women's mobility had far-reaching consequences. It limited their access to education, healthcare, and employment opportunities, creating a cycle of dependency and reinforcing gender disparities. Women's voices were often silenced in public discourse, their perspectives and needs overlooked in decision-making processes that affected their lives and communities. However, it is important to note that the extent and enforcement of these restrictions varied across different regions, social classes, and time periods. Urban centers, for instance, often saw more relaxed attitudes towards women's mobility, particularly among educated and affluent families. Similarly, certain ethnic groups and communities had their own unique customs and practices that influenced women's roles and freedoms. As Pakistan emerged as an independent nation in 1947, the question of women's rights and their place in society became a subject of intense debate. Progressive voices called for greater freedoms and opportunities for women, while conservative elements sought to maintain traditional gender roles and restrictions. The struggle for women's emancipation in Pakistan has been a long and arduous journey, marked by both setbacks and significant achievements. Pioneering women's rights activists, educators, and political leaders have worked tirelessly to challenge societal norms and advocate for change. Their efforts have led to gradual shifts in attitudes and policies, opening up new avenues for women's participation in public life. In recent decades, Pakistan has witnessed remarkable transformations in women's roles and opportunities. More women are pursuing higher education, entering the workforce, and taking on leadership positions in various fields. Legal reforms and policy initiatives have been introduced to protect women's rights and promote gender equality. Yet, the legacy of historical restrictions on women's mobility continues to cast a long shadow. In many parts of the country, particularly in rural and conservative areas, women still face significant barriers to their freedom of movement and participation in public life. Cultural attitudes and social norms that have been ingrained for generations are slow to change. Many women continue to struggle against deeply entrenched prejudices and limitations. The ongoing debate surrounding women's rights and freedoms in Pakistan reflects the complex interplay between tradition and modernity, religion and secularism, and individual aspirations and societal expectations. It is a testament to the resilience and determination of Pakistani women who, despite facing numerous obstacles, continue to push boundaries and redefine their roles in society. As Pakistan moves forward, the challenge lies in striking a balance between preserving cultural heritage and embracing progress. The journey towards greater equality and freedom for women is far from over, but the strides made thus far offer hope for a future where all Pakistani women can fully participate in shaping the destiny of their nation. In reflecting on this aspect of Pakistan's history, we are reminded of the power of cultural norms and the importance of challenging unjust practices. The story of Pakistani women's struggle for mobility and freedom serves as an inspiration not only for future generations in Pakistan, but for all those who strive for equality and justice around the world. In Pakistan, a country of over 220 million people, women are fighting for their rights and challenging societal norms. This is the story of what women in Pakistan want you to know. For decades, Pakistani women have been struggling against deeply entrenched patriarchal attitudes and discriminatory practices. From honor killings to forced marriages, the challenges they face are numerous and complex. But despite these obstacles, women across the country are raising their voices and demanding change. One of the most pressing issues for Pakistani women is education. While literacy rates have improved in recent years, many girls still face barriers to accessing quality education. In rural areas especially, cultural traditions and economic constraints often prevent girls from attending school. However, determined activists and educators are working tirelessly to promote girls' education and empower the next generation of women. Another critical concern is violence against women. Domestic abuse, sexual harassment, and gender-based violence remain pervasive problems in Pakistani society. Many women suffer in silence, afraid to speak out due to social stigma or lack of support. But brave survivors and advocates are breaking the silence, sharing their stories and calling for stronger legal protections and enforcement. Economic empowerment is also a key focus for Pakistani women. Despite making up nearly half the population, women's participation in the formal workforce remains low. Discriminatory practices, lack of opportunities, and societal expectations often limit women's career prospects. However, enterprising women are starting businesses, entering male-dominated fields, and proving their capabilities in various sectors. In the political sphere, women in Pakistan have made significant strides in recent years. The country has had a female prime minister, and women now hold seats in parliament and local governments. Yet female politicians still face unique challenges, including threats, harassment, and skepticism about their leadership abilities. Nonetheless, they persist in their efforts to represent women's interests and push for progressive policies. Health and reproductive rights are another crucial area of concern. Many Pakistani women lack access to quality health care, family planning services, and maternal care. Cultural taboos around women's health issues often prevent open discussion and education. But dedicated healthcare workers and activists are working to improve women's health outcomes and promote bodily autonomy. The media plays a powerful role in shaping perceptions of women in Pakistan. While stereotypical portrayals persist, there's a growing movement to showcase diverse and empowering representations of women. Female journalists, filmmakers, and artists are creating content that challenges societal norms and amplifies women's voices. Religion and culture are deeply intertwined with women's rights issues in Pakistan. Some interpret Islamic teachings in ways that restrict women's freedoms, while others argue that true Islamic principles support gender equality. Progressive religious scholars and activists are working to promote more inclusive interpretations of faith that empower women. Legal reforms have been a key battleground for women's rights in Pakistan. While laws exist to protect women's rights on paper, implementation and enforcement often fall short. Women's rights organizations are advocating for stronger legislation and better implementation of existing laws to ensure justice for women. Despite the many challenges, there's a palpable sense of hope and determination among Pakistani women. Grassroots movements, social media campaigns, and cross-generational alliances are building momentum for change. Young women in particular are at the forefront of this push for equality. Armed with education, technology, and a fierce desire for a better future, what women in Pakistan want you to know is that they are not victims, but survivors and changemakers. They are resilient, resourceful, and ready to shape their own destinies. While the road ahead may be long, Pakistani women are marching forward with courage and conviction, determined to create a more just and equitable society for all. As the world watches, listens, and learns, the women of Pakistan continue their fight for equality, dignity, and respect. Their struggle is not just about improving their own lives, but about transforming society as a whole. And in doing so, they are writing a new chapter in the story of their nation, one of progress, empowerment, and hope.